That bed.
A young girl is beaten with a leather belt
Bend over the bed.
by her own father, a respected judge.
Dad just kept coming back with the belt. He kept coming back.
Get on your stomach on the bed now.
I remember thinking he won't stop.
Get on your stomach, I said.
Why won't he just stop?
The year is 2004, Rockport, Texas. Hillary Adams, a shy, homeschooled teenager with a rare form of cerebral palsy, has discovered a new world, the internet.
I found out there were other people you could find with the same interests as you. Even if you thought you were the only person in the entire world, you could find a friend on the internet. And that was just magical to a little kid like me.
According to Hillary's mom, Hallie, the 16-year-old begins to spend more and more of her free time online.
She loved video games, she loved being on the computer and, chatting on the computer or even Skyping on the computer.
But her daughter's cyber life does not sit well with the teen's father, William, a family law judge for Aransas County.
He didn't like the computer or the internet at all. He didn't like that presence in her life or my life.
Early one evening, tensions in the home escalate when Hillary's father learns she's been downloading music illegally off the internet.
All that he knew was that downloading meant illegal, and that was basically stealing. Not that I'm condoning it or anything. I could tell something was going to happen.
That something, Hillary fears, is a physical beating from her father.
He would discipline harshly when things didn't go his way. It was usually always the belt. It happened more and more often until finally it was once every maybe 1 or 2 weeks.
On this particular evening, Hillary sets up a small video camera on a dresser in her bedroom, hoping to document her father's behavior in case he becomes violent. Minutes after Hillary presses record, William Adams enters her room,
Get over here.
brandishing a leather belt.
As soon as the light switched off, I knew that it was going to be bad.
Bend over that bed.
Hillary hesitates.
Bend over the bed. Bend over the bed.
When I didn't comply to what he was telling me to do, he grabbed my hand and just lashed me anyway. And he would not stop.
Bend over the bed. I'm gonna keep beating you on your legs.
After about a minute had passed, I had totally forgotten about the camera in the corner.
Bend over the bed. Stand up. Stand up.
I sank down on the floor, so he picked me up and threw me back onto the bed.
Bend over the bed. Come here.
The first few blows were so painful, I didn't know what was what. I was just sitting there and he would just hit me. Here.
I keep leaving the room and going down to my bedroom, which is what I usually had done whenever he disciplined her. But this time I would come back because I wanted to see what was going on. I wanted to try to, stop him.
Here.
Hallie Adams takes the belt from her husband.
I believe she got it away from him and she wanted to stop him. But at the same time, she had to make it look like she was on his side. Otherwise, he would turn against her.
You turn over, I'm going to spank on your butt. You turn over like a 16-year-old and take it like a grown woman. Turn over.
She won't. She's disobedient. Give it to her. Give it to her.
Turn over.
She was trying to protect me by keeping hold of the belt. Because if she took the weapon away from him, hopefully that would make him cool off just a little bit.
Yeah, I took the belt away from him and he asked for a bigger one.
I'll go get a knife.
Turn over.
Hallie says she hopes William will let the matter drop if she makes a show of disciplining Hillary.
I knew he was outside of the room. I was talking loud, I was talking mean, hoping he would overhear me.
All the way on your stomach. Thank you.
Hillary is stunned when her mother hits her with the belt.
At that point, I didn't understand the complexity of what was happening. I didn't know that she was trying to protect me by doing that, by trying to end it sooner. I was terribly confused. I thought she agreed with him. I felt so betrayed. I felt so hurt. There was a lull, and I wasn't sure if things were ending or not. And then all of a sudden, Dad came in.
I never got my lick in on her. Get on your stomach on the bed now. Get on the stomach or I'm gonna start beating you again.
He bends down and he grabs my hair and lifts me right up to his face.
I'll just keep beating you, beating you.
And just the pure evil that was coming out of his mouth right there into my face.
If I hear so much as you raise your voice, one little bit to me or your mother with the wrong tone, or if you do one little thing wrong, you look at me wrong, I'm gonna take you in here and wear your ass out with this belt. You understand me? That's what it's come to. That's what it's come to.
Adams leaves the room and doesn't return.
All of a sudden I remembered the camera. As fast as I could, I took the camera down, I plugged it into my computer, I copied it in a few different places, and I erased the tape.
Hillary says her father's physical violence tapers off after the incident, and for the next several years, the video remains a secret. That would change 7 years later, in the fall of 2011, when Hillary, 23 and living on her own, decides to release the video after a financial dispute with her father. Hillary posts the video on YouTube. Within hours, it goes viral, setting off a firestorm of national media coverage.
Incredibly disturbing story out of Texas.
Hillary and her mom, Hallie, now divorced from William, appear on the Today Show and other national media. William Adams gives his side when questioned by a local reporter at the time.
In my mind, I haven't done anything wrong other than discipline my child after she was caught stealing, and I did lose my temper, but I've since apologized. It looks worse than it is. There is a story. It'll come out in due time, okay?
So you do acknowledge, though, that that's you in the video?
Yeah, absolutely. It's me.
Police investigate, but the statute of limitations has run out and no charges are filed. Adams is suspended with full pay from the bench, pending the results of an investigation by the State Commission on Judicial Conduct. In September 2012, the commission issues Adams a public warning about his conduct. 2 months later, Adams is reinstated by the state Supreme Court. In March 2014, Adams loses his re-election bid. He declined our request for an interview or comment. Hallie still struggles with her participation in the beating.
I actually really did think about, maybe it might just be better if I took my own life. I did consider that. I regret that I wasn't strong, and I regret that I didn't call the police.
Hillary says she still hopes someday to reconcile with her father, but has no regrets about posting the video.
A normal person would not hurt an animal like that. They wouldn't whip a puppy or anything. They wouldn't whip a cat that they find. So why would somebody do that to their own child?